Hello everyone, my name is Alwin Joseph and this is the physics assessment video for question 1C. So the question asks, draw position versus time, velocity versus time, and acceleration versus time plots for the scenario to the left. Assume the minimum and maximum values are 1 and -1 respectively. Estimate the velocity time curve from this curve, then the acceleration time curve, and describe the plausible story for what is moving with position time. So I copied the position time from the picture onto the first graph. And in order to get velocity time, we know that the slope of position time graph is the velocity time graph. So we have to find where the slope of the position time graph is positive. And a good way to see that is to look at the tangent lines. So if we look at a tangent line here, that's positive. Tangent line here is positive all the way up until 1, where it becomes 0. And then from that point on, the tangent lines are all negative up until the minimum value, -1. So we know from point 0 to 1 that the slope will be positive. I'll go ahead and draw that. And then continuing on, we'll draw the entire domain of the negative slopes. And this pattern repeats all the way until 4. Now, to find the acceleration time, we can use the exact same method. We see that the slope is 0 at 0.5. And so from that point, the slopes are all negative until the minimum value. And so we could draw it the exact same way. So from 0 to 0.5, the slopes are positive. And from 0.5 to 1.5, the slope is going to be negative. And we'll repeat that process until we reach the end of the graph. So these are the graphs of position time, velocity time, and acceleration versus time, based on our knowledge that the derivatives of position time is velocity time and the derivative of acceleration time or velocity time is acceleration time. We can also see that the graph of the position versus time is similar to the graph of negative cosine, and conversely we can see the derivative of negative cosine is sine, the sine graph, which is representative of the velocity versus time graph, and the derivative of the sine graph is positive cosine, which is representative of the curves in acceleration versus time. And a plausible explanation for the story of the position versus time graph could be a pendulum swinging and the end of the pendulum's position being recorded over a certain period of time.